Oh, precious Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this broadcast. We thank you for each and every one that is listening to me under the sound of my voice. Father, I thank you, Father, for a brand new month, a brand new moment as we celebrate this whole month of Black History. Lord, I thank you, Father, for those that are continuing to make history, as well as those that's left history and legacy for us to lean and glean and learn from, oh God. Lord, I thank you, Father, for this broadcast, which is making history, Father. Lord, I thank you, Father, for myself being a history maker. Lord, I thank you, Father, for this platform, Father, that you will continue to raise up somebody somewhere to use their power, their ability, and their influence to help me and to help the entire RH3 Show brand, listeners, and team. I give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praises, because this is in Jesus' name I pray. And Lord, I thank you, Father, for our guest on today, Miss Kari Johnson of K's Kicks. Father, continue to bless her business, Father, as she continue to do what you birthed to her, what you've given to her, Father. And I just thank you, Father, for the platform that she is on, Father. Lord, I thank you, Father, for the team that help her push her business out, and those that help her push her forward and encourage her to move on and go forward. Lord, I thank you, Father, for the Divine Events and Mission House, who sponsored the Rowan Salisbury Small Black Business Pitch Contest, Father. Lord, continue to pour back into them. And Lord, as I pray, I give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praises, because it is in Jesus' name that I pray. Amen. Y'all, let's go get it. Come on.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
I know I gotta bring you down, all you do is switch. Go ahead, 'cause I know I gotta give it up. If anybody wanna go,
Switch my old status that's from sinner to saint. As winners we can't live by the picture they paint, because they know they own the inner retain. So we must live out our lives with a sense of restraint. Which means do I live and we ain't? We are controlled by the flesh with the pivot and sway. Without a Twitter complaint, being able to
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Red, and I am the host of the RH3 Show. I go by Red. You hear me say my nickname or whatever, because I've been, of course, been saying it all my life for one. But on radio or whatever, and on social media, I've been going by that. Since I've been doing the RH3 Show for 10 years, I'm used to it. But this 4th season, I have been using my first name. So what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Rufus, host of the RH3 Show. Welcome to another great day, another great hour here on the RH3 Show. I hope you all have been doing great. I hope your Tuesday have been great, whatever day you're listening to me on, whether it be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, or Sunday, Monday. What's going on? I hope y'all are having a great day. We have a great time on. We're going to have a great time on today. Whatever day you're listening to me on. Look, have it on purpose. Have it on purpose. We got a great lineup on today. Today kicks off our month full of great moments in Black history, so we're going to share that with you all. Wait a minute, before I get into it, let's kick the intro. It is time for the Inside Scoop with Rufus segment. Let's do it. Y'all know what it is.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Want the latest news regarding the TV, movies, sports, politics, and music industry? It is time for the Inside Scoop with Red, right here on the RH3 Show.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? If I'm on my way home, yeah.
There it is. I give you my honest, my unscripted opinion on world and entertainment news, sports news, politics, sometimes local news or whatever. You know, hey, I dish it out during this segment right here on the RH3 show. And like I said, I give this whole month we're kicking off our Black History celebration. But as you all know, that we do that 365 days of the year. 365 days of the year. And so we want to be doing that 365 days of the year. Every day. Every year. Every year. So don't, my people, my fellow people, do not, please do not discredit what, our history is made of. Do not well, let me say this, do not stop from educating yourself. Do not stop from educating your children. Let Black history be 365 days of the year. Continue to pour into your children. Continue to, do whatever. Continue to support Black businesses. Continue to, push Black businesses, especially small Black businesses. Not only the large ones, but especially small Black business in your area. Continue to push them. Continue to push Black men. Continue to push Black women. Continue to push Black children that's even doing, trying to do great things. And even if they're not, look, everything starts from home. Everything that you do starts from home. Everything that goes on out in the community, it starts from home. What do you mean by that, Red? What do you mean by that, Rufus? Everything, if a child out here doing some foolishness and some mayhem or whatever, that all come from home. And I will say this, 9 times out of 10, not even 9 times out of 10, I don't even know the percentage, but there are some times to where that, hey, look, I may be a good parent, but my, children, they do, stray away from, the lessons that we give them. And I do say we because, I have my son, and then I also have my nieces and nephews and great niece and nephews. Going back to the son part, biologically or not, that's none of your business. But anyway, come on. It all starts from home. And so we have to make sure that we continue to pour positivity in them and look and allow and put into them. Hey, look, you may be out here, but always stand on what you have been taught. Always stand in. Look, my mother didn't stand for that. My father didn't stand for that. And so, if they're out here doing foolishness, when they come in, if you gotta, and I will say this, and I may be held, I may be looked at crazy for saying this, but I'm going to talk to Kari about it later on when she comes on. But if you have to cluck one of your children upside their head for, whatever, do that. But, and the reason why I say do that is because if they know, then they of course, discipline. But if they don't know, teach them. And all that teaching comes from home. All the teaching comes from home. And so we cannot sit up here and chastise and get on, our youth or whatever, because if they don't have no home training or if they have not been taught, then they don't know. And so, like I said, I'm gonna talk to Kari about parenting and all of that a little later on. Just stay tuned. I got some stuff lined up for that. I got some stuff lined up for a great conversation. She's a great conversationalist, and we'll, tell it like it is, and we're gonna have a candid conversation about that, and as well as about, her win, in the city during the small Black business, the small Black business pitch that Divine Events and Mission House, a local ministry here, had sponsored and had held. I think it was held at Mission House, but it was a event held by Divine Events. And so look, it all starts from home. And so getting back to the thing of Black history, start pouring into your children and start letting them know about their history or whatever. And even look, and I'll be the first to tell you this. I'll be the first to tell you this. Of course, let's not throw away, past history of big name people. Of course, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King, who else? Madam C.J. Walker. All those great names that we hear about every year, every February. But do not discredit what the leaders in your family stood for. The leaders in your family stood for. The leaders in your family, the history that they made. It may not be big to anybody else, but it was big to me. My grandmother was a strong woman. I'm gonna continue to tell her legacy to my children, to my son, and to grandchildren. Any other children I may have, I'm gonna tell them, look, Miss Hattie Mae was a strong woman. What? I'm gonna continue to tell them about Miss Lois Hobson, how she was a bad lady up in D.C., how she was very highly respected in the southeast area of D.C., how she had a business and thriving business. And look, when I say thriving, she had a thriving business, a nice business, very well respected. She could have had it uptown. She could have had it, downtown or whatever. But she had it in areas to where she wanted to pour back into the people in that area. She had a temp agency to where, she gave jobs, she had contracts with businesses and gave those jobs to the people in the area. Okay, Miss Hobson, Miss Lois, I need a job or whatever. Help me get a job. That there is legacy and history for me, for my children. Yes, the school gonna tell you about Dr. Martin Luther King, and I'm gonna tell them too. Medgar Evers, Emmett Till, and Rosa Parks, and of course our first Black president. Great Ruby Bridges, and the girls, I forgot their name, but anyway, I'm gonna tell them about a whole lot of them, but I will not forget about my legacy, and you shouldn't either. Find an area or find somebody in your family that stood for who. Oh, and most importantly, I am going to tell them about Miss Bertha Part T. White, who had a nice, thriving, little small business here in my city. What? Everybody went to Miss Bert's over there on the west side. Loved it. Look, Miss Burt was very well respected. Very well respected. Tell them about, how my mother's side on the family on my mother's side from South Carolina, very strong southern roots. A lot of legacy. Even legacy within, faith aspect, but legacy, I'm believing God that we all get caught up together. But should something happen, I'm going to tell them how good, of a strong Black woman my pastor was and is. Come on, we got to make history and leave a legacy for our children and our children's children. Look, that wasn't a part of the Inside Scoop of the Red segment, but I just had to tell y'all that. I just had to mention it to y'all or whatever. And so let's move on. Let's move on. I wish I could have gotten that on tape, but I mean, of course it's on tape, but I wish I could have got that on video. But hey, it is what it is, people. And so I'm not gonna miss another moment. And so, hey, let's get it started. And yeah, so corny, Rufus. You are so corny, boy, so corny. But anyway, I'm setting up camera, you all, and YouTube family. If you all are watching me, thank y'all so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it, you guys. And speaking of, like I said, I'm setting up camera because I have to, not have to, but I'm going to be doing a live video a little later on of paparazzi. And so if you would like to be a part of that, please go on Facebook and look me up. I'm on my public page, and I do not like to invite folks from radio on anything I do public, but periodically I'll introduce it or whatever. And I may just do it on, you know what, how about this? I'm going to do it on the show page as well. And so by all means, show family, if you should see me on the Instagram or on the RH3 Show Facebook page, by all means, please go ahead and join in. What is paparazzi? I am an independent consultant, and I sell $5 jewelry, and I make your life great for $5 at a time. And they say money can't buy you happiness, but what it will buy you is $5 jewelry, and that's close to happiness, right? Anyway, move on. Speaking of great people and the greatness that what folks do. Hold on a second. Kobe Bryant, of course, we've been speaking on him and the legacy that he left. But as you know, even after his passing, even to give them some time to grieve, his wife Vanessa had posted a statement on her Instagram page, and it reads, "There aren't enough words to describe our pain right now. I take comfort in knowing that Kobe and Gigi both knew that they were so deeply loved. We were so incredibly blessed to have them in our lives. I wish that they were here with us forever. They were our beautiful blessings taken from us too soon." And the statement ending announcing the creation of Mamba on 3 Fund, this to support the other families that is lost in the tragedy. And so in addition to Kobe and Gianna, his 13-year-old daughter, the teammates was Alyssa Altobel, Peyton Chester, and their parents, Kari Altobel and John Altobel, Sarah Chester, as well as the assistant coach, Christina Mauser, and pilot, Ara Zobanian. And they all, of course, died in. We all know that they passed, I believe, what was on the 26th? It was on a Sunday. And so, I shared my condolences and shared my thoughts on all of that, and my thoughts on Kobe and his legacy. So please if you want to hear that, go to YouTube or even the podcast platform that you are listening to me on. I should be under this one, and so just go back and listen. Not really under this one, but under the recent ones. And so if you want to make a donation to that, you can go to Mamba13. That's the word spelled out, Mamba, MAMBA 13THREE.org. And Vanessa and Kobe, of course, they met back in 1999 and were married in 2001, and they had 4 daughters: Natalia, Gianna, Bianca, and Capri. And so that game Friday. Let's move on. And I think that's all that I had for the inside scoop. And so, yeah, it wasn't too much going on except, of course, the Chiefs pulled it off. Look, y'all, I didn't. Oh, and then I also told y'all on Instagram that I was going to share my weekend with you all. And so, of course, back it up to Sunday, the Chiefs pulled it off on the Super Bowl, and so they won it. And they won it, and y'all president. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. That's all I can say, y'all. That's all I can say is y'all president. Y'all president. But anyway, my weekend, I went on a business trip on Friday. I left out early Friday morning to head to Atlanta for a mini convention, but it was like a conference or whatever for paparazzi. I don't even know what that was on my phone. Paparazzi consultants, and so what they did was they showcased our new collection for the spring, and they showed us new color palettes for the spring, and showed us new jewelry or whatever. That was all on Saturday, and spent great time. We spent a great time on Friday. Our team ranked premier. I think it was premier director. I think it was. And so it was either premier. No, it was executive director. That's what it was. Executive director. With our upline, Ms. Debbie and Neely, and so I love it. I love it. And there is great perks with becoming a consultant with Paparazzi Accessories. And so you all, if you would like to be a part of it, like to be a part of a great team and sell $5 jewelry, by all means go to therh3show.com and click on shop, and then you will see that link, and then you can go to join my team, and I would love to have you be part of my team. And so and then look, the perfect hand, I will get their official title, but it was consists of 4 ladies, and it's like a, I don't know, social group or whatever, but hopefully within the next week or two they'll be here on the RH3 show, and let us know more about their group, their business, and tell us more about that. And so they held a meet and greet at a local restaurant here in my city, and so they did that on I don't know why this meter is not picking up properly, but if y'all can hear me, y'all can hear me. If not, hey, let's go on. They had a meet and greet on Sunday, and so after I got in from Atlanta from the business trip, I got home, sat down for a few quick seconds, got dressed, took a shower, got dressed, and caught an Uber to the restaurant, met up with them, and all of the people that they were, and had stopped in for the meet and greet, ate, and then, dipped and went home and went to bed, y'all. I was one out. And so, hey, that was my weekend up until Thursday. And y'all, Thursday, again, I told y'all the whole month of January we were going to be live, but I could not do Thursday. I was so tired. Had things to do. I hadn't even started packing my bag to leave, to get ready for this trip. And so, I did that and this, that, and the third. And so, just in took a downtime for a little bit, did some running, errands, and then went to my therapy or whatever. And that was it. Thursday. And so, y'all, we're back. We're back this whole week, preferably the whole month. That's my mindset. And so, hey, let's keep it going. Let's keep it popping. Let's keep the energy thriving. Coming up next is our guest for today. She is. I love her dearly. I love her dearly. And I forgot to put this in my notes, and I hope I can remember speaking to her about it. But her and her brother and I, best friends since 3rd grade. My road dog. That's my brother. That's my brother. And so, if anybody ever been solid and haven't wavered, shaken, been with me, riding with me, since the beginning, that cat has, and haven't seen nothing different. It's just like a root on a tree. If you've seen a tree during a storm, you get uprooted from the ground. What's still with that tree? Those roots. Coming up next is Kari Johnson with K's Kicks, and she's going to be here with us, chilling, enjoying us. All right, be back with more of the RC Show coming up next, all right?
Hi, it's Nina and my man Red. Stay tuned. More of the RH3 Show is coming up next. Hello, everyone. I'm Nina Taylor, and here is your gospel news. Kobe Bryant, born August 3rd, 1978, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. American professional basketball player who helped lead the Los Angeles Lakers to 5 championships, 2000 through 2002 and 2009 and 10. Bryant's father, Joe Jellybean Bryant, was a professional basketball player who spent 8 seasons in the NBA and 8 more playing in Italy, where Bryant went to school. When his family returned to the United States, Bryant played basketball at Lower Merion High School in Ardmore, Pennsylvania, where he received several National Player of the Year awards and broke the Southeastern Pennsylvania scoring record set by Wilt Chamberlain with 2,883 points. Bryant opted to forego college and declared himself eligible for the NBA draft when he graduated from high school. The Charlotte Hornets chose him with the 13th pick of the 1996 draft. He was traded to the Lakers shortly thereafter and became the second youngest NBA player in history when the 1996-97 season opened. Selected for the NBA All-Star Game in just his second season, becoming the youngest ever All-Star. And by the time Bryant was 23, the Lakers had won 3 consecutive NBA championships. And in 2008, he was named the league's most valuable player for the first time in his career. Bryant won his 4th NBA title in 2009 and was named the Finals MVP. He led the Lakers to their 3rd straight Western Conference championships in 2009 and 2010. He was once named NBA Finals MVP after the Lakers defeated the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series. In addition to his professional accomplishments, he was a member of the gold medal-winning U.S. men's basketball teams at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games and 2012 London Olympic Games. In 2015, Bryant wrote the poem Dear Basketball, and 2 years later it served as the basis for a short film of the same name, which he also narrated. This work won an Academy Award for Best Animated Film. In 2018, Bryant published the book The Mamba Mentality, How I Play, in which he described his approach to basketball. Kobe Bryant will be missed. G.I. formed in 1998 and based out of Richmond, Virginia, contemporary gospel group G.I., the name abbreviation stands for God's Image, is made up of 4 talented singers, songwriters, dancers, and musicians. The group also owns and operates its own label, BGA Records. The group has released several projects, including Oh Come All Ye Faithful in 2008, God's Image 2009, and Winning in 2017. Here's your gospel news Black History Moment. Lewis Lattimore, born September 4th, 1848. He was considered one of the most important African American inventors for a number of inventions he produced and patents he secured, but also for the importance of his best known discovery, a long-lasting filament for the electric light. He also helped Alexander Graham Bell obtain the patent for the first telephone. Latimer was in great demand for his expertise later in his career as electric light spread across the country. Lewis Latimer Latimer was born in Chelsea, Massachusetts. He was the youngest of 4 children. Louis Latimer worked to help support his mother and siblings. Then in 1864, at the age of 15, Latimer lied about his age in order to enlist in the U.S. Navy during the Civil War. Latimer was assigned to a gunboat, USS Massasoit, and received discharge on July 3rd, 1865. He returned to Boston and took on a position as an office boy with the patent law firm of Crosby & Gould. He taught himself mechanical drawing and drafting by observing draftsmen at the firm. Recognizing Latimer's talent and promise, the partners promoted him to draftsman and eventually head draftsman. In 1874, while at the firm, Latimer co-invented an improvement to the bathroom compartment of trains. 2 years later, he was sought out as a draftsman by an instructor of children who were hard of hearing. The man wanted drawings for a patent application on a device he had created. The instructor was Alexander Graham Bell, and the device was the telephone. In 1880, after relocating to Bridgeport, Connecticut, Latimer was hired as assistant manager and draftsman for the U.S. Electric Lighting Company. Louis Latimer died December 11th, 1928. Well, that's your Black History Moment, your gospel news, and your tribute to Kobe Bryant. I'm Nina Taylor. Let's get back to more great gospel music on this great station.
Hi, I'm Rufus, host of the RH3 Show. I've been the host of this great platform for an entire decade. During this decade, I've been blessed to join the platform of radio and podcasting. As I continue to work my gift, I realize that it has been you, my day one family, and also my co-host family, who I call my radio broadcast listeners, who have gotten me to this point. Out of the many years of being in broadcasting as well as journalism, for each level that I reach, and as I continue to climb the ladder of success, it only serves me right to give you better content and also better quality of material. And by doing that, you know it costs. It costs. We're looking forward to getting new and up-to-date audio equipment, video equipment to revamp the RH3 Show content on YouTube, attend award shows, and etc. So if the RH3 Show have been a blessing to you, which it shows, and we know that you have been a blessing to us, which it shows, please consider sponsorship. I pray that God touches your heart and give you the nod to sow a seed into this broadcast. Even if you haven't listened to the broadcast before and feel led to be a blessing, I thank you in advance. If you will, please begin by sowing a financial seed of any amount. How you can do this, you can visit my website at therh3show.com and click on sponsorship. Whatever you sow, I pray that God will richly bless you and it all come back to you 100-fold. This show has been a blessing to me and has been a release for me. I love what I do, you guys. I love what I do. And as I say on every broadcast, every YouTube video, or whatever I do, know that I love you for real. And always remember to live every day, laugh at every moment, and to love God, to love yourself, and to love other people beyond words. Again, for more about me or the broadcast, and also to become a sponsor and to give financially, you can visit my website at therh3show.com.
I just told you that's how I felt. That's how I felt. If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it. I said what I said. You don't like it, you don't like it.
It's the Real Talk with Red segment right here on the RH3 Show. All right, you guys, if you missed the first half of the broadcast, you can check it out tonight on replay on the podcast platforms. But today's guest, you guys, I'm so humbled to have on here. She is very well respected, you all, and I personally call her the voice of the people, and I'll tell y'all why that in just a minute. But yeah, she is a mother, she's an author, a business owner, and recently here in the city she is the winner of the Salisbury Rowan Black Business Pitch Contest winner, hosted by the Vine Events as well as Mission House Church. And would you all please welcome Miss Kari Johnson, owner of K's Kicks, to the RH3 show. What's going on, Kari? How you doing?
I am doing wonderful, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. How have your day been on today?
It has been a little hectic, but I am taking a break right now. I have a lot of work. I'm actually participating in an art exhibit starting next week. So I'm trying to finish up a couple pieces for that I need to take over tomorrow.
Are those actually art canvases pieces, or shoe work that you're doing?
I'm actually doing shoe work. There are some other artists who are doing paintings, but I was actually asked to do some shoes. So I'm doing some custom painted shoes to participate in that.
That's great. Okay. Interesting. Before we get into the contest or whatever, and like I said, you all, I told y'all in the introduction that she is the voice of the people. And on last week, I was reading, I was going through Facebook or whatever, and going through some posts, and so I came across one of your posts, Kari, and I saw to where I kind of get somewhat intimidated. Reason being is because Kari, she's very and I don't know if you hear this often, she's very outspoken and speak up for a lot of shenanigans that people do, and it's some of the stuff that she says is she brings out crazy stuff that people shouldn't be doing, and people feel right, for one thing, like on I think it was last Thursday, when you were talking about, when you had brought on your post about the parents mentioning about people listening to artists who are gay, and then turn around and allow them to listen to music that talk about this, that, and the other. Explain that, where that thought come from. And I think I know where it came from, because I was pulling up some articles or whatever, and I'm not for sure about that, but go ahead.
Well, that one came, the Grammys were last week, or earlier this week, and Little Nas X, the Old Town Road song.
Right.
I think it was Pastor Troy. Put out a saying, the only reason, he feels like he hasn't won a Grammy is because he's not gay, and, he wishes, people would stop trying to push this agenda on our kids, especially our boys. And honestly, it really bothers me a lot when I hear people go on these homophobic rants. Because one thing, it's our job to raise our children.
Right.
And it's our job to monitor what our children are doing. So we want to say, oh, the media does this, or TV shows this. But if you're allowing your children to participate in watching those TV shows or listen to the music, then you're feeding into that yourself. And I feel like it's our job to be the best role models that we can be for our own children. Right. So we're not depending on the athletes and the music artists or the actors and actresses to be role models. If our children, we're giving them somebody at home to look up to, then sometimes we don't have to worry about them. It may be a good thing, that they want to emulate some of these positive people, but we don't have to worry about them trying to, dress like Cardi B or rap like Jay-Z, because they see, oh, well, my dad does this, I can do this. My mom this, I can do that as well. So, for me, I honestly feel like with us being in the Black community, homophobia is such a big thing.
Exactly.
feel like even if you don't understand it, if you don't agree with it, that does not give you the right to tear them down. Mm-hmm. It doesn't give you to hate, with the hate speech that a lot of people, bring towards homosexual people or other people in the LGBT community, because, they're people as well. Exactly. And they're people who just want to live their lives. They want to love who they love. They want to be themselves. And they shouldn't have to hide or be afraid to wear what they want to wear or be outside because there's somebody who's ignorant, and because they don't agree with what they're doing, they want to, attack them.
Absolutely.
So that's where that one came from. Because, Lil Nas X, I honestly don't listen to a lot of rap music, but nothing from him that I've heard has been anything vulgar or anything just outlandish. Mm-hmm. But yet, you're not okay simply because the fact that he is openly gay, mm-hmm. and he doesn't have, any sexual things in his music that I know of, but yet you're cool with your child listening to songs about lean and Percocet and mom. I'm like, you can't be upset about one and not be upset about the other.
Exactly.
So you'll be angry if your child is gay, but you'll be cool if they're addicted to drugs. That's what you're saying to me.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I really just don't like hateful people. I love, I get along with everybody in the world, or I don't know everybody in the world, but I will never purposely try to hurt somebody else or to speak hateful to somebody else just because I don't necessarily agree with what they're doing or like it. It's not my place to judge anybody.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I totally agree. Like you said, even, you cannot pick and choose who, you can, but don't just because, back up. Last week, a friend of mine was speaking on, whatever, and she quoted on the scripture that people throw out or whatever, saying, about, everybody, all who sin or whatever. And a lot of folks, focus in sounding on homosexuals. It didn't just say them. It says all. Come on now. We cannot just single out. Huh?
I've realized for whatever reason, that seems to be the one thing that, especially in the church,
exactly,
that we hold. But yet, your pastor is out here, having babies with his or you in the pew is a murderer or a thief or whatever.
Exactly.
So it's like, if you're going to be upset, like you said, if you're going to be upset because they are homosexual, you need to be upset because you sit here listening to somebody who's lying in the pulpit or anything. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. We give it real raw, straight to the point on this broadcast, and so, exactly. Yep. Speaking of segueing to the children thing, how old is your daughter? I know you have a daughter.
Dallas is 6 years old.
Dallas, okay, she's 6, and you mentioned about parenting or whatever. Back in, we'll mention this in a few things about pop culture, and then we'll get into your win on the Black business pitch or whatever. Back last year, 2019, around summertime, Tia Maui Howdring went on The Breakfast Club, and she was talking to Charlamagne, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy on, she was promoting her show, Family Reunion, the Netflix series, and she was talking about, discipline or whatever, and she said that she was one that who, let me see here. She says she has a non-traditional parenting style, and her sister is very traditional. They grew up being spanked in celebrity. The celebrity mom explained. I'm reading a quote, and she says that it is awesome and it is great to an extent that the way she wants to parent or whatever. And she see it differently. That some, if you're spanking your child, in her opinion, it is, it is because of you, where you are in your life, in your headspace. You're very impatient and want to get things done, this, that, and the third, and over. Whereas, she feel like that if you don't spank them, it takes more time, and you have to talk to them, and you have to explain, and there is, her opinion, a better outcome. And I think Tamara, she spoke on that, she's different, and, she if she sees her child doing wrong, she's going to correct that in the form of spanking, and that's how, she does in her household. What's your thought?
Well, I'm firmly believe you do what works in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't, say you shouldn't do this, because if you feel like this is what's best, as long as you're not abusing your children,
right,
or traumatizing your children anyway, that's, do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
In my house, it's kind of a combination. And the reason why is because Dallas is autistic.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some things that Dallas doesn't understand.
Right.
And I can tell her all day long, Dallas, no, don't do that. Mm-hmm. Dallas, stop. Dallas, and she's getting older, so she does understand. She does understand no and don't do. And she is doing well, kind of understanding what she's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But there are times she doesn't get spanked, but she may get plucked, mm-hmm, or popped in the hand or something like that. And that's, to me, it's just a small reinforcement. Mm-hmm. Because with Dallas also has a sensory issue. So what may hurt you may not hurt her.
Right.
So there's been times where she'll try to put her hand on the oven or on the stove, and she doesn't feel that heat, mm-hmm, or pain. So I did have to, pluck her, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't. So she still tried to go back and do it again. And it's like me saying no to her or stop or it's hot it doesn't necessarily click with her. So yeah, I plucked her hand, don't do that. You, mm-hmm, can't do that. So yeah, in my house it's a combination. I talk to her, and I really do try to explain things to her, and sometimes I get a look from her I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So, but also, like I said, it's a pluck or a pop, but I don't use a belt, I don't use anything like that. I don't spank her, but I will pluck her, pop her on the hand or something like that. But I don't think I'll ever get to the point of spanking like that. But sometimes a little bit of reinforcement goes a long way.
Right, exactly. I totally agree. I like you said, I don't have children biologically. I have my godson, and then of course my nieces and nephews. But I'm a mix between. If a few times, if I'm telling you, you got to tell them to let them know that it's wrong, and then if they continue to do it, okay, you know what, it's time for you to to know. And once I've told you to know from right and from wrong, if you don't know, how can you discipline or do whatever when you don't know? And so I have to tell you first, and whatever, and then you have to have reinforcements, like you said. All right. Explain to us about how you got into your shoe business with with your case kick. How that come about, and how you get into your business there.
Well, I never thought about doing it as a business, mm-hmm, but I've always been a person that likes sneakers. Mm-hmm. And so I would always make sure my sneakers were clean, and, if they got something on them, I clean them, touch up the paint or whatever. And back in latter part of 2018, I went to a thrift store. I'm a thrifter. I like to go to Goodwill and consignment shop, and I found two pair of sneakers, a pair of Jordan 12s, and I think a pair of Jordan 10s. Mm-hmm. And I got $15. Mm-hmm. And they, dirty, needed to be, painted, repainted. And so I took the time, I cleaned them, and I repainted them, and I posted them up on my social media. always awesome to have, some extra income. So from there, that's when I got started.
Mm-hmm. And how did you get into the how did you hear about the black the pitch or whatever, the Vine events, and how did that process come about?
I saw a few people who posted
mm-hmm.
the information on their Facebook pages, and so I went in and I read it, and it had like an application, and so I was like, hey, I have a small business.
Mm-hmm.
I can give this and see, what it's all about. And so I really just did the application online, and got an email back pretty soon after that I had been, selected to go to the step 2 in the process of the contest.
Mm-hmm. And so was the event on, I forgot the date back in January, but how did that Saturday go? I mean, what was your pick? I know that you won or whatever. How did you deliver that?
It went really well. I put together a slideshow. I figured, I just do a lot of the talking, and so what I did was I put together a slideshow with all my before and after pictures of all the work. Well, not all, but a good majority of work that I've done over the last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I let that play in the background so people could see as I was speaking on my business, exactly what it was that I did. Because with some things you can kind of demonstrate it right there.
Right.
But I only had I had a 7-minute time limit, so okay. I couldn't really, repaint a pair of shoes in that little bit of time. So I figured if I show the before and after pictures, they can see, what I am capable of doing. And while like I said, while the slideshow was going, I really just talked about, how I got started, some of the process, all the different things that I can do, all the different types of shoes that I do, how I market myself, social media, it's big, it's really big. So I put everything on my work on my social media pages, and just that's really how I did it.
Mm-hmm. And hey, you won the prize or whatever, and that's great. And so, y'all, she does great work, and I'll put, her information on, our platforms or whatever, as well as on the website. And so, we do have new listeners. The RH3 show have been picked up on another, platform, Elation Radio, which the owner of that one is from St. Louis, and so hopefully prayer that they listen or whatever, and we can get everything put out. And so I'll put everything from Kari's information, anything about Kay's Kick, contact or whatever. She does great work, you guys, and so if she's able to do whatever for you all, hit her up, please do. And so Kari, before we go, I want to play a little quick this or that game, and you gotta think fast, okay? So just give me your first answer that comes to your mind, and it's just 7. Favorite number is 7, and so we're gonna go ahead with it. All right. Number 1, Miracle Whip or mayo?
Neither. I don't like either.
All right. Do you say soda or pop?
Soda.
Coke or Pepsi with that?
Coke.
Krispy Kreme or Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Definitely Krispy Kreme.
Gotcha. Walmart or Target?
Target.
Right. I'd say Target. I wish our city had Target, but Target.
Yeah. Walmart because it's here, but Target is my preference.
Exactly. If Target was here, chucking them deuces to Walmart. I'm sorry. Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram?
Facebook.
Gotcha. Living single or friends?
Living single.
And did you? Speaking of this, I'm gonna say this. Did you hear that comment that David Schwimmer said about that?
Oh, absolutely. I talked about it the other day. Because it's funny that you mentioned that, because living single, like when I do work, when I'm in the, at home working, I'm 9 times out of 10, living single is playing in the background. And granted, I like Friends. I've seen all 10 seasons. I watched them. I rewatched them on Netflix before they took it off. But living single was just like one of those shows for me. And the fact that he did say, oh, well, maybe there should be an all-black Friends, and it's like, there wouldn't have, I don't think there would have been a Friends if there wouldn't have been a living single.
Right.
As a matter of fact, the creator of Friends said if he could pick one of the shows that, were coming out before he did Friends, living single was his choice. So obviously you see why he decided to make Friends, because you took that right from living single.
Exactly. I mean, that was like, a slap in the face. And I need to, I saw the headline, and then the headline had his quote on it. And so I need to go back and read what Erica Alexander said about that. But I thought that was crazy. I thought that was really crazy. Last one, cruise, vacation, hotel stay, or hotel stay, vacation, sight and see.
Cruise.
I love it. Cruise, exactly. You can do whatever, just relax and don't have to worry about nothing.
Exactly.
Give us your contact information for anybody who want to know more about K's Kicks.
All right. You can find me on Facebook at K's Kicks. That's 2 words, K''S, Kicks, Kicks. And you can also find me on Instagram at MyKKickstop. And also, if you want to reach me through email, you can reach me at mykkickstop@gmail.com. And also by phone, 704-775-1922. That's all my contact information.
All right, there you have it, you guys. For more about Divine Events Planning Mission House, who hosted this Salisbury Rowan Black Business Pitch Contest, as well as K's Kicks, you can visit my website, theRSVShow.com, and have all the information on that, all the information Kari mentioned, as well as some sample pictures of what she, the work that she does. Visit the website. We'll be back with more of the RSV Show, as well as our Black History moment of this week, of today. All right, be back with more. Here's your great moment, fact, quote, or lesson in Black history for today. Staying focused on your goal and working tirelessly towards it are 2 of the areas that 5-time NBA Lakers champion, legend, and icon Kobe Bryant stood for. And today's great moment in Black history is highlighting 10 of Kobe's top rules for success. And they are: number 1, have a champion's mentality. 2, outwork your potential. 3, learn from failures. 4, be a long-term thinker. 5, find your passion. 6, challenge yourself to grow. 7, keep going. 8, protect your dreams. Number 9, be driven. And 10, achieve greatness.
The RH3 Show every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p. to 7 p. Eastern. For more about the broadcast, please visit therh3show.com.
That is all the time that we have for you on today. Thank you so much for joining us for the Inside Scoop of the Red segment. And also thank you to our guest, Kari Johnson of K's Kicks. For more about K's Kicks Mission House, as well as Divine Events, you can visit my website at thersvshow.com. And on the front page, click on the link that you see at the bottom of the screen or whatever. All right, I'll talk to y'all later, and I'll see you all whenever I see you all. All right, next broadcast will be on Thursday, but affiliates whenever the RC Show air. I'll see y'all then. Talk to you later. Peace, party people. Ha-ha. See you later.
I gotta raise them now, raise them, cause they call it the switch. Go ahead, cause I know I gotta get switch. Praise the Lord.
Peace party people. See you later.
I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.